What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard Gaming Reactions. This go around, we've got top 10 things you should never do in the UK. So this I'm interested in because I plan on making a trip over there next year. I'd like to know how not to screw up, and I think anybody that visits anywhere, you kind of want a little bit of knowledge of what to do maybe and what maybe not to do, especially what not to do, because some things might be able to be forgiven if you don't know. If you don't know, you should do them, but the things that you should not do, I think everybody probably needs to have at least a look-see at. So that's what we're going to take a look at and see what this video is saying that you should not do in the UK. Before we go any further, like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's start by saying that in no way are we trying to scare you away from visiting the UK. But if you are a tourist or an international student in the UK, then wouldn't it be better to know a few
Did he just put a straw in his beer?
Things that could offend people there? We mean, you don't want to hurt anyone with your actions or words, let alone get into trouble in a foreign land. People would understand that you may take a while.
I'm sorry, I love that movie, Me, Myself, and Irene, so my apologies.
Let alone get into trouble in a foreign land. People would understand that you may take a while to adjust to the new surroundings and customs. But if you want to save yourself from embarrassing situations as a newcomer in the UK, we have compiled a list of things that you should avoid doing there. Number 1. Calling the United Kingdom England. Before you take the flight to...
I'm just going to say this, due to my way of talking sometimes, and, I have the video on the difference between England, Great Britain, and the UK. Yeah, I got told a couple of times that we're calling it England. We're not all England. Apologies.
To anywhere in the UK, know its full form. UK stands for the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Do you realize what this means? The UK consists of 4 countries: Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, and Wales. Moreover, each country has its own distinctive culture, national identity, and government. So before you begin your sentence with, "England's landscapes are," confirm that you really are in England, and not Scotland, which is a separate country. Number 2. Ask if they know the Queen. How would you feel if some tourist in the US asked if you knew Donald Trump? You'd call that person plain stupid for assuming that everyone breathing the US air knows the president. So how do you expect people in the UK to personally know the royal family? More than 60 million people live in the UK, and over 8 million of those live in Greater London alone.
I know this. They've got to stop with moving the cameras so freaking much, it's actually making me dizzy.
There's no way that these people know their monarch more than the internet knows. You won't offend people with this question, but will definitely make them laugh. In your face. Number 3. Block the escalator. Escalators are common in most countries, and we don't give much thought about the do's and don'ts while we are standing on it. Well, you'd be surprised to know that there is indeed a wrong way to stand on an escalator, at least in the UK. It is
I noticed the people that are standing still are off to one side, while people that are walking up and down are actually, so it's kind of like lanes of traffic.
Unspoken rule in this part of the world that if you want to stand still, you should stay on the right-hand side. Why? Well, the left-hand side of the escalator is reserved for those people who are in a hurry. You know, the lot who believe that by running through the escalator and saving about 30 seconds, they would get to their destination on time. Just remember, if you don't want to be pushed past, then stay on the right.
See, here in the U.S., if you're on an actual roadway in a car and you're driving slower, you stay on the right-hand side of the road. You stay on the right lane. So if you're on a 4-lane highway, you got one lane on the left, one lane on the right, going the same direction. If you're slow, stay on the right-hand side. People need to take and learn that here. I guess that kind of applies to y'all's escalators over yonder.
Number 4. Jump a queue. Many of us don't give much importance to a queue. You know, the ones we see outside a dessert kiosk, because, well, an ice cream craving can't wait. But don't do that while you're in the UK, simply because that is bad manners. Even if you think it is a petty thing and shouldn't annoy anyone, you aren't doing it here.
I think that's a ubiquitous manner type deal, though. Like, if you're waiting in line anywhere, you don't cut in line. Not unless you want to possibly get cussed at, hit, or otherwise abused, thrown out by security. I think that's kind of anywhere you go, you don't cut in line. You wait your turn, otherwise it could make for an ugly day for you.
Before you attempt any such adventure, know that those people ahead in the queue came here first and deserve to be served first. Plus, why do you want any inconvenience in the form of a fight? Stay in the queue, wait for your turn, and all will go swiftly. Number 5. Pick up a rented car. We don't mean to say that driving in this country is illegal, but you can get yourself and others in trouble by driving. We have created a nice bit of suspense here. We deserve a pat on the back. Jokes aside, the thing is that you will have to drive on the left side of the road here. And if you come from a nation where the opposite is the norm, you might have a tough time learning this. When you are new to a place, such experiments are the last thing you should be doing, right? Plus, remember you don't know your way around, so you'd be consulting maps on a busy road while getting used to driving on the wrong side. Number 6. Talk about money. You don't ask someone how much they earn or how much money they have in their pocket unless you are family or very close friends, right?
Depending on the person here, it doesn't matter if they're family or very close friends. Sometimes you still don't discuss money. I think that's another one that it's just uncouth to ask folks about money.
Come on, that's basic decency. People in the UK might feel offended if you ask too many questions about money. In fact, boasting about your wealth is also not going to be appreciated, so keep the big bucks in your pocket. Number 7. Greet inappropriately. Meeting someone for the first time and experiencing that awkward situation where you go for a hug while the other stops you with a handshake. Ever been there? If you don't want to find yourself in that situation in the UK, just go for a handshake, because they aren't too comfortable making physical contact with strangers. Hugging and kissing on the cheek is reserved for people they know well and are comfortable with. Oh, and what do you say when someone asks you, "How are you?" By no means is this a cue that you can start off your saga of nasal allergies if you don't want the person to never see your face again. Every "how are you" is followed by "fine, thank you," and no.
The saga of your nasal allergies. Oh my God. Who? This has to be for the people that's kind of like the reason why we have stuff like warning labels on shampoo bottles. It has to be for the same type of folks. That's all I'm saying.
Nothing else. Number 8. Fake their accent. No matter how many times you have practiced the British or Scottish accent, don't use it, because it probably isn't that good. People aren't going to like it if you force their accent, and especially when you are doing it all wrong. You will make it look like you aren't a part of them and are desperate to lose your identity and mix with them. Wouldn't it be better if you first make friends with natives of Wales and then try a Welsh accent? Number 9.
I was going to say this on that piece. You probably won't ever hear me try too much to do any kind of British, Welsh, Irish, Scottish accent. Like, I'll leave that type of stuff for like D&D campaigns where you have to take, and as a dungeon master, you have to take and, kind of spice it up somewhat. But even then, I don't even try those type of accents. I try just coming up with something. My own personal accent doesn't lend itself very well to trying other folks' accents. I have enough time just trying to sound, trying to be understood with my own accent, even to some folks. So that's like somebody in the South watching a movie and knowing that the actor is putting on a Southern accent and it's a horrible Southern accent and being like, just stop that shit. Like, just stop it. I have a feeling it's kind of the same way, because it's not very flattering a lot of times, or that it's butchered so bad that it's just like nails on the chalkboard type deal.
Number 9. Voice opinions about Brexit. We know that Brexit is the topic of discussion in pretty much the entire world, but you can't be walking around spitting your views about it when you are in the UK. People there are directly related to it, and your views can be taken personally. And what happens when someone takes your casual opinion personally and in a negative light? Yes, they get offended and might beat you up. Okay, maybe we went too far with the beating up part, but you still don't want to risk it. Number 10. Mess with the Queen's Guard. Did that bushy hat fool you? Oh, people, the Queen's Guard isn't your friend, and you aren't forgetting that. You may fool around with him a bit and he won't pay much attention, let alone punish you. But there is a line drawn and you must never cross it because the consequences won't be pretty. Never, we repeat, never touch the guard. Because once you do that, prepare yourself for a world of hurt. Do you want that gun, the one that was fascinating you, to be pointed at you?
What? You might need a change of britches after that one, just saying. Might need to change your pants, change your underwear, just, you know. I understand trying to mimic or something like that. You know, I say mimic. Like, that didn't even sound right or set right, just taking and saying mimic, because then it's almost like you're mocking. That's not cool. Maybe get the, try to emulate them as they're going, kind of like, okay, see if you could do it almost as a show of, not trying to take a mock, but almost like a show of, I guess you would say appreciation or, admiration. That's one thing. You don't go look. You don't go messing with folks on their job. I'm just saying. And them being, yeah, that's. I don't think I would attempt that at all. It just doesn't sound like it's very bright.
If not, maintain a respectable distance from the guard. He deserves it. How was your experience in the UK? Tell us in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel if you like this video. And while you're here, check out our other videos and tell.
Alright, well there we have it. Top 10 things you should never do in the UK. I think that should be the top 10 things you should never do any daggone where. Some of these are just, no, don't, Like I said, some of these, it seems like they're doing this for the same folks that you put the warning labels on the shampoo bottle. Don't drink. Who the hell does that anyways? Don't let it get in your eyes. Well, we know that it's going to burn. So, y'all all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.